Okay, we're going to demonstrate how to do a basic adjustment. In this case, we're going to slightly loosen the truss rod in order to allow for a little extra bow in the neck, if in case it's too tight. All right, so if you notice, we have one of these tools here, and it actually has a Phillips head on it, but I find that it's not as small, so I'll just use a regular Phillips head like this. All right, so basically just take the truss rod cover off. We all know how to use a screwdriver. It's pretty straightforward. Just don't lose the screws. They're tiny. And do indeed take it off. Some people try to just slide it around and it ends up just getting in your way. So just take it off and expose the nut. Okay, and that right there is the truss rod nut. And in simple terms, you attach this to it, just slide it on, make sure it seats right around there. Gotta find the spot. Now, by the way, I'm up a tension here. We're at full tuning. Okay, and I'm sliding that on, and if I were to bring it this way towards myself, it would tighten the truss rod, causing the thing to actually expand outwards. You want just a little tiny amount of bow, just a little, I mean very little. So what I'm going to do is just put this on there and turn it away from me about that much, and then wiggle. Easier said than done. Easy, and then just wiggle that off and test the guitar. Now, turns out that that's too much. Put the truss rod back on. I'm sorry, the truss rod wrench, and then just bring it back to where you had it. Now, let's just say you want it to be tighter and you want the neck to go backwards. You bring this towards yourself a little. I am currently tightening the truss rod, making this straighter. If you did it too much, you can actually bend it backwards, which you certainly don't want. Everything will fret out. But if you have a truss rod that's too tight, everything will fret out. And if you have it something that's too loose, you will have a bad action on the guitar. The strings will end up being too high. So you want a little bit of cupping. You don't want it to be extended. You want it to be straight, and even the manufacturer says just a little bit. So again, this way, looser, allowing a little bit of cup, getting rid of the buzzing. That's back to normal. And this way, a little tighter. And what you do is you can just even leave it there and play the guitar. Now, when you do that, of course, if you loosen this a skosh, it's going to go out of tune a little bit because the distance between here and the nut will get shorter. So everything will go flat. If I go this way and I increase the distance between the nut and the bridge, everything was going to go sharp. So we just have to do a little adjustment. So I'm going to put it back where it was generally. And that is how to adjust a truss rod in order to either take the bow out of a neck or straighten it, or even bow it back if that's of your particular liking. Hopefully this made sense.